If your entire business can disappear overnight because of an algorithm change, you don't own a business, you own a dependency.
This electric shaver is half off today only. It's powerful, quiet, and a total game changer. Kids now. Welcome. Get this shaver 50% off. Stop right there. This sale is over. But the deal, no more. It's done. Banned forever.
It seems like everyone is rushing into TikTok Shop right now. Low friction, insane amounts of traffic. The people there have impulse buying at scale. But the real question no one is asking, well, actually, a couple people did ask me this week, when you sell on TikTok Shop, who actually owns your customer? Is it you? Or is it the platform? And if you're running on Shopify, are you really running safer or just slower? Today on Straight Talk Commerce Podcast, we are breaking down customer ownership, data control, lifetime value of a customer, platform risk, and which platform builds real wealth. This is Straight Talk Commerce Podcast. We're going to get into it in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Straight Talk Commerce, you are go for throttle up.
No fluff, no hype, just the real deal. Wayne Altman's here, yeah, you know the drill. Talking business, talking shop, making moves non-stop. From e-com to hustle, straight talk, no props. Straight talk, no gimmicks, no lies. Hey, I break it down with the sharpest minds. Money, moves, mindset, grind. If you're ready to win, then tune in live. Big names, big games, all the lessons they bring. From Jelly Belly to AA Kings. From the startup grind to the top tier pros. We cracked the code, now here we go. Straight talk, commerce, getting the know. Wayne Altman, let's start the show.
All right, everybody, welcome back. If your revenue can disappear with one policy update, you do not own a business. You own exposure. Everybody seems to be chasing TikTok Shop right now, and there's a very good reason for that. The growth over there is explosive. Here's the question that serious business owners are asking me, though. When a customer buys from you on TikTok Shop, do they belong to you? Or do they belong to the platform? And how does that compare with other platforms? Shopify, WooCommerce, Magento. How does that compare? Today, we are going deep into the answers of those questions. I have two people that have contacted me recently, both of which had opposite problems. We're going to talk about that. Let's break this down clearly. When you sell on TikTok Shop, the discovery is controlled. You are in a controlled environment. You do not control your traffic. You do not control who sees your product. You do not control the feed distribution on that platform. The algorithm of TikTok is the one in control. And algorithms optimize for engagement, not for your long-term business health.
I'm algorithm, judge, jury, and executioner of every TikTok shop. I decide who thrives, who gets banned. No one succeeds without me. You want the spotlight? You play by my rules.
Customer data is very limited on TikTok. You get order information, and that's very basic fulfillment data. You do not get full behavioral tracking. You do not get custom pixel control. You don't get advanced segmentation data. You do not get deep retargeting tools, ownership over customer journey analytics. I mean, come on, you get none of that, and you take it full advantage on all of the other social platforms or all the other sales platforms that it comes with. Magento has that. Shopify certainly has all of those things. That's critical to your business, to your brand, because whoever owns the data owns future revenue from those customers. Now, the problem is the communication is restricted on TikTok Shop. Your email access is limited if you get any at all. You cannot freely move customers off of the TikTok platform and into your actual Shopify platform or Magento or WooCommerce platform. It just does not happen. They make it very difficult for you to do that. You cannot freely nurture those customers, therefore, long term and build up any LTV.
This is my platform, and these are my customers. I keep the data, not you.
You're subject to messaging restrictions on TikTok. And by the way, they are the most censorship platform anywhere in the world. It is crazy how censored you are in your messaging on TikTok. Your second sale still depends on TikTok, and you are constantly reacquiring your own customer. So every time you sell to a customer on TikTok, yes, you get that endorphin rush, you get that sugar high. But guess what? You've got to work just as hard getting that customer back. It's like you have zero short-term memory. Let me explain this another way to you. TikTok Shop is a mall. You are renting a booth at that mall, and the mall can raise your rent, they can change the rules, they can close your store, they can move foot traffic over to another store if they choose to, and you have zero legal claim to any customer relationship that you would build on that platform.
I am raising your rent, and if you do not speak TikTok, I am replacing you with my friend Mo.
She will.
That is the illusion. That is the illusion of having a business. You made the sale, but you did not build an asset. And that is a problem because asset ownership and data is power. Now, let's flip that. When you sell on Shopify, WooCommerce, any of these other sales platforms, you control your domain, your checkout, your pixel, your analytics, your CRM, your backend integration, your email flow, your SMS automations.
Welcome to Shopify, where you own your customer. If TikTok disappears tomorrow, your Shopify email list still works. It still converts, still drives launches, still builds LTV. That list is enterprise value.
You get it? It's not a small thing. That is massive for you. Your email list is actually an asset at that point. Because if TikTok disappeared tomorrow, your Shopify email list still works, still converts, still drives launches, still builds that lifetime value that we're looking for. That list is enterprise value. It's sellable. It's tangible. That list increases your business multiple. It's very important to you, and it's non-existent when you're dealing with a TikTok shop.
Your customers are your lifeblood. Cultivate them and protect them.
LTV, let's talk about that for a second. Your lifetime value optimization of your customers on Shopify, you can create post-purchase upsales. You can build bundles. You can launch subscriptions, create VIP tiers, implement loyalty programs. You can trigger abandoned cart sequences. You can create custom retention flows. You get it? On TikTok Shop, retention is based upon an algorithm dependency, and it's dependent on the whims of TikTok.
Never forget those customers are mine.
On Shopify, retention is system, whatever system you put forward, dependent. And there is a huge difference between the two of those things.
Make a loyalty program for our best customers.
That will certainly increase our LTV.
Okay, if you're talking about building a business, you have been giving thought to your exit strategy. Now let's talk about your exit strategy right now. If you want to sell your business someday, buyers care about the customer list size. They want to know about your former customers. They want to know what your repeat purchase rate is. They would like to know what part of your traffic is owned traffic. Why, are they coming back to you, or is it random walk-ins that are coming in? They want to know what your email revenue percentage is and the predictability of your next month, because that's very important to people for a sustained business. And if 80% of your revenue comes from TikTok Shop algorithmic distribution, your business is fragile. Your business is cotton candy. Your business is ethereal.
I own customers. You own nothing. What do you expect to sell?
And fragile businesses get lower multiples. Ownership increases valuation. I own my email list. I own the customer relationship of people coming in here. That is more valuable to you, Mr. Purchaser. So give me a better multiple. Give me a higher value for that business that we're looking at.
So you can see 22% growth fourth quarter due to our loyalty program participation.
And really, here's the algorithm risk that no one until now is talking about, because this is where most sellers are getting burned. And you see this pattern more and more and more right now. Amazon, FBA suspensions, Facebook ad account shutdowns, complete marketplace bans for people, and policy updates that absolutely crush your margins. Platforms optimize for platform health, not for your brand health.
Brand? What brand? I am only worried about my brand, my platform.
And that's an important distinction. You need to start owning those customers, because the platforms will start making decisions in your benefit if you own the customer. If TikTok prioritizes a different content than yours, favors other creators over your brand, changes your commission rates at a whim, adjusts the shipping requirements just to screw you over, or restricts your product category, your revenue could drop 50, 75, 100% overnight. That platform concentration risk is a massive concern for you. It is the difference between waking up one day with a very healthy business and checks coming in, and your children and family standing in a welfare line the next day. You got to fix this.
Look, mate, it's your revenue. That makes it your problem.
Okay, I'm going to change the name to Protect the Innocent here. But Freddie, you know exactly who I'm talking to with this next segment. You're the reason that I created this episode to begin with. TikTok Shop feels easy. I've heard you say it 100 times. There's fast traffic. There's impulse buying. There are these explosive spikes. That dopamine hit makes sellers over leverage, right? You buy more a product thinking that those products are always going to sell on TikTok Shop. A real business is not built that way. A real business is built on predictable acquisition, predictable retention, and owned communication between you and your customer. Let's be clear. TikTok Shop is not bad. It's powerful. The key here is to understanding its role in your business. It's there to serve you. And if you're serving it, you're screwed. TikTok Shop should be a top of funnel accelerator. You are testing products on TikTok Shop. It is a product validation engine, no doubt about it. It is a testing laboratory for you. You test on TikTok to find out what's going to work on other platforms. It is a customer acquisition channel if you know how to keep and store the information that the TikTok customer brings to you. And it is a cash flow booster. Give you an example. If you're having a short month, take some of that inventory that you expected to sell and didn't, drag it over to TikTok Shop, lower the price a little bit, and see what happens. You can get a $45,000, $50,000 pop very, very quickly on TikTok Shop.
What is going on here?
Winning.
Shopify or Magento, your brand, though, should be housed on another platform. There are no brands on TikTok. Your customer database should be on that platform. Your email and SMS engine should be on your branded Shopify or WooCommerce or other platform, not on TikTok. It's not for that. Your subscription engine cannot be housed on TikTok. Your upsell environment cannot be there. You got to get it away from them. And your long-term wealth builder is not TikTok.
You don't come here to get rich, you come here to make ME rich.
TikTok is the fuel. Shopify or other platforms are the engine. And if you only have fuel and no engine, you will be a flash in the pan. You will burn out. But if you only have an engine and you do not have any fuel, guess what? You don't get off first base. You have to integrate both of those. Smart operators are going to they're going to integrate those two platforms together. And right now we're going to show you how to do that. Because here's the question that every Straight Talk Commerce podcast listener should be asking themselves. If TikTok shuts down tomorrow, will my business survive it? And if the answer to that question is no, you do not own your customers. You are renting customers from TikTok. Now, as usual, I always love the case study. I did not forget you here. I know how my audience loves the case study. We're going to talk about two case studies right now, Seller A and Seller B. Both of these individuals contacted me this week. That's why we're talking about that this week, or the very next week. This is going to air on the 25th of February, and this question has been coming up throughout the week. Two different individuals. Seller A, 90% of his revenue came from or comes from TikTok Shop.
That's right. Use the words we gave you. One wrong move and you are off my platform.
I know, I understand.
He has no email strategy because he doesn't collect email addresses. He has no owned CRM and no SMS list. None of that information is provided through TikTok. He really didn't know what to do with it, even if he did get it. And he has absolutely no subscription model. This is straight pop, a product and buy my product and a TikTok Shop that everybody knows. Revenue spikes? Yes. And that's kind of the problem. Long-term wealth? No, that's definitely the problem. You see, Seller A would get these massive $40,000, $50,000 product spikes, and sometimes per week, but there was no rhyme or reason as to when that was going to happen. It makes it very difficult to run a business like that. If every third Friday you were to make more money and have absolutely no idea why, that's an issue for you because you can't replicate those things you don't understand. Let's talk about Seller B. Seller B used TikTok to acquire customers, but he immediately drove them back over to Shopify.
You have zero traffic and plenty of inventory. You need to go over to TikTok and make some sales. Thank you.
He captured their email addresses. He built an SMS list. He created subscriptions based on his loyal customers and created a loyalty program to begin with, something that he could not do over on TikTok. Did he get revenue spikes? Yes. He did get revenue spikes, but he also built a long-term enterprise value that is massive. His business is actually a business and it's worth something today. And it was on the same traffic, just using a different strategy. And we're going to talk about that strategy. Because if your business model depends entirely on a platform, you're not building a company, you are feeding that platform. Ownership creates your leverage. Leverage creates your wealth. Wealth creates your freedom. You ask anyone that has amassed large amounts of wealth, they didn't do it for wealth's sake. They did it to create a freedom for themselves, to help other people, to do the things in their lives that they've always wanted to achieve. Traffic is temporary. Algorithms are unpredictable. Platforms are powerful, but ownership is everything. And if this episode shifted your thinking, like this video, subscribe to Straight Talk Commerce Podcast. Comment in the comments, ownership, if you're building assets, not dependency. And remember, build moats, not tents. And I love you.
No fluff, no hype, just the real deal. Wayne Altman's here, yeah, you know the drill. Talking business, talking shop, making moves non-stop. From e-com to hustle, straight talk, no props. Straight talk, no gimmicks, no lies. Hey, I'll break it down with the sharpest minds. Money, moves, mindset, grind. If you're ready to win, then tune in live. Big names, big games, all the lessons they bring. From Jelly Belly to AA Kings. From the startup grind to the top tier pros. We cracked the code, now here we go. Straight talk, commerce, getting to know. Wayne Altman, let's start the show.